Just a little bit. Right now on the phone with me is Mr. Mike Johnson. Now, folks, you might or might not have heard about Bear Creek Productions and the movie that's going to be filmed in Harrison, Arkansas, and we'll let Mike tell you a little bit more about it. Good morning, sir. We appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your busy schedule and talking to us.
Good morning. I appreciate you allowing me to come on and talk about the project we're working on.
Well, no problem at all, Mike. Now, tell us once again what you've got going on, what movie are you going to be filming, and how can folks get back in touch with you if you're needing some fill-in people?
Well, we're making what we call Baldknobber, the movie. We always have to add that tag to it so people think we're not shooting a historical documentary about the show in '76.
Sure.
But this is the actual true story of the Baldknobbers, which was, they started out as the League of Concerned Citizens for Law and Order, and the people began to call them the Baldknobbers because they met on the top of the Bald Mountains or the Bald Knobs around Ozarks. So that's what the movie is about. It's not just being shot in Harrison. We've shot in Fairgrove, all over this area from north of Springfield to down into Arkansas, and have a whole lot more shoots to do.
Now, when are you going to be wrapping this up? And as far as it goes with placement of this particular film, what are your future plans for it?
Well, that's probably the number one question I get. When is it going to be finished? And sometimes when I get up in the morning, I look in the mirror and I say, when is it going to be finished? It's going to be finished when it's done. And one of our handicaps is we're using a lot of local actors and things, and we've had some actors flying from California, some from Texas, to do this project. It's sort of a labor of love. It looks like it's going to be toward the end of the year before we get it done, because a lot of times we're able just to shoot on weekends. It's not like Kevin Costner goes out and shoots for 6 weeks in Canada,
sure,
and it's all done.
Right.
So we have to shoot on weekends and around people's schedules. But that's been one of the great pleasures and surprises, is seeing the talent in this area and the quality that they bring to the camera. It's just been amazing.
Now, you're the owner of Bear Creek Productions. How long have you been up and in operation around the area?
I've been in the Branson area for about 8 years. I was in broadcasting in the Dallas area. I was over some television studios for Warner Amex, and done this for about 30 years. What got me interested in the Baldknobbers is I did a documentary called The History of Branson, which is available around town. But when I ran across that segment about the Baldknobbers, I could not believe the story. It just blew me away. You couldn't write a script better than this. And that's what we try to do, is stay accurate and true to the story. We don't take sides. We tell it like it is. We had to embellish certain parts dealing with, families, what might have been said. But for the most part, we're right down to the letter on accuracy in the film. And the big scene coming up in Harrison is just one scene out of about 72 scenes that we're shooting. But the Harrison scene is the largest scene in the movie. It requires a lot of extras. We need hopefully about 300. The actual scene that took place was in Ozark, where 3 men were hung. They were members of the Christian County Baldknobber segment. And they did a raid on the cabin, and it caused some people to be killed. They were captured, brought in, trial held. Then they had to go through this hanging, and it's not a warm and fuzzy movie by any stretch of the imagination.
Sure.
It is the true story. And Harrison has been amazing. I mean, all the cities around here, including Branson, has been great in helping us and promoting us. But Harrison, what we do there is they're actually closing down the square at 5 p.m. Saturday the 26th. They will then bring in dirt and dirt the roads around the square. We're building an actual gallows with a fence around it, and just different organizations in town. We have a Wabash company offering materials to build the gallows. We have a contractor building it, and the mayor and all of those people have just been fantastic.
Well, I tell you what, Mike, now you've got folks interested. How can they get in touch with you, or what do they need to do? Now, of course, it's going to be a period piece, so they need to have clothes appropriate for it.
Right, because this is an independent film, which means you don't have a whole lot of money to work with, we've been able to secure horses, helicopters, things like that we needed for the film. But the most important thing is the people. We have on this film about 600 people working on this project in one area or another or a particular phase. But we do need people, and what they can do is go to www.baldknobberthemovie.com. And if you'll go there, you can see the trailer for the film. It's about 2.5 minutes long. And in text beside that trailer, there's a link that'll take you and tell you what you need to do. Basically, it's not hard to get a costume together for that era, thrift shop, things like that. But it'll give you a detail of what you can and cannot do as far as your costume is concerned. We need the people to do that, and then there's an email address on there. It's crystal@baldknobberthemovie.com. They'll send information to her, and she will reply to them and tell them what they need to do. But most of our background extras will be needed Sunday, July 28th, and be on the set at 7 a.m. in Harrison at the square. Now, they won't be able to park on the square. I think parking will take place about 2 blocks away at a junior high school. And there'll be restaurants open during the day. We should keep them from about 7 a.m. till about 2 p.m. We'll be shooting the night before in the jail for some scenes, but we don't need extras for that. So we only need the extras on the 28th beginning at 7 a.m. Well, I might tell you that on that baldknobberthemovie.com, just in the last a few months, we've had 23,081 hits on that. And on the YouTube trailer, we've had 3,623 plays of our trailer. So we're excited about the support that we've received all across the country, not just from this area, from Canada to California. There are people that have roots in the Ozarks.
Well, I tell you what, we're really looking forward to it, and once again, we appreciate you taking some time out on your busy schedule. baldknobberthemovie.com is how they can get the information, and you need them out there 7 a.m. On the 28th in their period dress. Is that correct, there at the Harrison Square?
That's correct, but we would like to know how many are coming, so by going to the website and sending a reply to crystal@baldknobberthemovie.com, it's written there. We will send them a reply back confirming that we have their information, and they will have to come in and sign in at a desk where they'll have to sign a talent release, and just certain little paperwork has to be done. So if they rather than just show up directly, I mean, if nothing else, that will be fine, but we prefer for them to get in touch with us first so we can get a handle on that, how many numbers we're dealing with.
All right, baldknobberthemovie.com is how they get in touch with you. Mike Johnson, once again, the owner, producer, director of the film, and Bear Creek Productions as well. Mike, thanks a lot for taking some time out with us this morning and give us some information.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, we certainly do appreciate you, sir. Once again, movie going to be filmed in part in Harrison, Arkansas. July 28th is